Welcome to ShowUp&GLOW. My name's Jalen. This is my cozy corner, a space created just for you to tune in and chill out. If this interests you, I invite you to grab some headphones, find a quiet space, and join me for a calming and comforting experience. If this is not for you, that is okay. I appreciate you stopping by. As you notice yourself enjoying your stay, please make sure to like and subscribe for more of this calm and cozy vibe. Now let's get started. It's comic book day. It's comic book day. It's comic book day, my favorite. My favorite because I'm a silly person. I like to get in a silly, goofy mood, and I love a comic book, especially the way we do it on here, because we don't know what's going to happen. It's all over the board, and that makes it really fun for me, because going off script is life. You know what I mean? It's just improv, baby. Okay, and today, I've already opened it because the sound of the is piercing and we don't want to blow out your eardrums if you got your headphones on. So it's already open, so I can't do all the fun little but I got enough of it. Let's see if we can hear some bubbles. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I love this recess. Okay. I have tried a bunch now. Recess Mood Strawberry Rose, my favorite. On stock all the time in my home. Runner up would be Margarita. Honestly, the margarita flavor is delightful. It doesn't taste too syrupy like some margarita drinks. I'm a margarita girl, so like I judge margarita flavored things majorly. And the recess margarita is pretty bomb. And then in third place, I would say blackberry chai. I love the blackberry chai. I wish the blackberry chai had the mood, because these are two different, like, potions. There's two different potions of recess on their website. They have the mood, and then they have like just regular. And the mood offers I think it's the magnesium in this. It tells us on the can. But the mood always like really makes me calm down. Really makes me like helps me focus and just relax. And the other one, like the margarita and the blackberry chai, delightful. Tastes good. I also feel the effects, but I feel like this one just hits harder. We got sounds with this. We got our special grandma cup from my grandma, R.I.P. I think she would find these videos interesting, like the rest of my family. But we always have to have a special cup for a very special drink. And I wanted to have a nice little bevy bev while we talk about comic books. And I gotta fill you in on what's going on with the comic books, okay? Okay. And this is gonna give us some nice little bubbles in your ear. You hear it? It's delightful. Alright, so if you're following along with the comic book series, thank you, and so happy you're here. Oh, also, don't forget, when I drink the bubbly drink, I get bubbles on the inside, and I'm going to have bubbly sounding throat sounds. Not so much burps, definitely gurgles Say it with me. Free of charge. Always. Always free for you guys. I don't charge for that. You're welcome. Okay. So if you're following along with the comic book series, I did talk about last time going home to my parents' house and finding maybe like other comic books, other brands and other types of comic books from my father. And well, I went home this weekend and grabbed some, and they are not other brands. And here's why. My dad has started getting his comic books graded for the first time ever. If you're unfamiliar with grading a comic book, this is where you send in your most valuable comics to a comic book sommelier, and they then take a look at your comic book, like examine it like super hardcore and detailed, and like look at like making sure the pages aren't bent and there's no dents and it's perfect. And then they send you back your comic book in like a sleeve or something, or like plastic. I don't know, he won't show me because it's that big of a deal. And then the comic book sommelier, he grades them on a scale of like 1 to 1,000. I'm just kidding, I think it's like 1 to 10 or maybe 12. That's something like that. And then you get your comic book back, and then that lets you know how much you can sell it for and the quality of that comic book. Okay, so because my dad is doing that and he's gotten back some like really good ones, maybe he'll let me bring them and show them and not open them. But honestly, I don't even know if I want to even touch it or look at it. But we did just get 2 comic books back that were a 9.4 and a 9.6. Okay. And they're kind of a big deal. So when I went home and I was like, hey, I want to get more comic books, my dad brought up all the Barbie, Beauty and the Beast, Disney, Pocahontas, Toy Story, Donald Duck, Rescue Rangers, like all the kid ones. I was like, okay, I'm sure I can find something in here, and I did. And I'm so excited. And after the last one I did, which was Archie, the Archie one, you can find it in the channel. I didn't have as much fun personally. Like, it was hard to have fun with the characters. So today we brought back a favorite. Beauty and the Beast. Do 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 do. Now the song's in your head. Again, free for you guys. My voice. You're so welcome. Remember in one of the last ones, we saw this image and I was like, oh God, it looks like he slapped her. Well, I found that comic book and I looked through all my other ones, and I'm 99.5% sure we didn't do this because I can't find this in my house. And I kind of flipped through it to make sure, like to look at the advertisements and like see the story. I didn't go too far into it. And I was like, yeah, I'm pretty sure we didn't do this one, but I know this image was familiar. So I'm really happy to have this one today. I'm really happy. Oh, and I think this is why I really thought like, okay, we have it, because up here it says all new stories. So I don't know. Let's take a walk, shall we? Shall we? Okay, shall we? First I want to take a little drink. Drink. So, if you were excited for me to have some different comic book genres, I'm sorry. You are stuck with Beauty and the Beast. I did get some different ones though, but Beauty and the Beast today is gonna be so good. If you're new to the comic book episodes, for copyright reasons, I make up my own stories for what I think is going on. I am one of those people who took improv for 5 levels. Each level was 8 weeks long, and then you had to get on stage and perform improv. So I did that 5 times, and I did all those levels back to back, so like half a year. So I really enjoy making things up and getting silly with it. So I hope you enjoy this video. It starts off with Belle obviously looking like Beast just slapped the shit out of her, which he probably did because he's kidnapped her and he doesn't really care about how she feels. Okay. But now she has like, what's that syndrome? Leave it in the comments below. Where she like is his prisoner, but she feels like she kind of like owes it to him, or like should be his friend still, or like what is that called? It's not Munchausen. My head is saying Munchausen. I'm like, it's not. That's when you make a kid believe that they're sick when they're not, or something, or an old person. This one's the captor one, where like she still owes it to him. So this might be a dark comic book today. Right off the bat, as always, that we love a good advertisement for a movie. Let's see. When did this come out? 1994, and this is actually saying it's volume 1. This is the first. This is the first comic book of the Beauty and the Beast series. Wow. Okay, so we got an advertisement here for Little Big League. Okay, comic book, get your shit together. Little Big League. The Minnesota Twins have a new owner, and it's a child. And I don't remember this at all. Okay, right off the bat. Wow, guys. Wow. What a scene. What a scene. The Beast is daydreaming. Well, no, actually, he's like actually dreaming. It's just like confusing because there's sun outside. This is what he looks like when he's not the Beast and he's dreaming about kissing Belle. It still doesn't justify why he's kind of a jerk to her, though. Like, it kind of makes him uglier, right? It's like, okay, well, maybe you're not this guy, but like this guy kind of has an attitude problem, and like even if this was you, like I still am gonna remember the attitude problem. I'm just saying, that's how girls think. Oh, there it is. The sun was coming through his room because he doesn't have blackout curtains. He gets mad. He screams, per usual, because he doesn't know how to control his temper. Per usual, because he's the Beast. While downstairs, Mrs. Potts is getting his tea ready, and Chip is just doing childish things, scaring his mom half to death. And then looks like we're having a flashback to when the Beast here said no to the homeless woman's rose. He was like, ew, get that away from me, ew. And then everyone in the palace got turned into silverware and plates and dishes and, you know, a whole kitchen. So it looks like Chip is curious about that because he's just a little boy. He doesn't know what happened. He was just a little boy. And then Mrs. Potts' mom was like, actually, you know how the Beast is kind of terrible and looks like a beast, but in reality, he's not that. He's like a prince. That homeless lady was a freaking princess. A princess witch. And Chip was like, a princess witch? And his mom's like, yep, a princess witch. And she's like, now you've gone and done it. Now I'm crying and you're gonna run my mascara. I'm out of here. And he's like, Mom, I'm sorry. She's like, get out of my face. And then Clogsworth and Lumiere are fighting. Is there anything new with those two? God, they're always fighting. Ooh. Little Cap'n Crunch, anyone? Cap'n Crunch are yummy and full of sugar. So, there you go. And then Clogsworth and Lumiere are scheming because they're schemers. And then they run into Mrs. Potts looking all sad, and Lumiere's like, oh, is that a new makeup look? Your mascara's running. It looks really cool. And she's like, no, Chip made me talk about our past. And then Lumiere's like, okay, now I'm mad because I used to be a handsome dude and I got all the ladies and now I don't anymore. Clogsworth is like, dude, freaking chill. You didn't pull as much game as you thought you did. Lumiere's like, yes, I did. And then Clogsworth is like, y'all want to get drunk and forget about our problems? And then we got a cut. We got a scene cut. And now we're in the library, this magnificent library. Oh, like the original Beast. I call it the original. Like he's the original before he turned into the Beast. Like he freaking read these books. Are you serious? No, he didn't. He was not this educated. Why did he have all these? Just like family heirlooms. I don't know. Okay, so then Belle is like looking for a book that's probably a romance book so she can like escape her misery, and then she starts to fall, and then she's like, oh my god, and she's like, should I do it? She's like, ooh, I slipped and I'm not here anymore. Ooh. And she's like, no. I got a commercial break brought to you by The Little Mermaid, coming to comic books, and football cards. Just what a weird advertisement. Doesn't make me want to buy it at all. Boo. And then Lumiere, Clogsworth, Mrs. Potts, and a hairbrush, don't know who that is. They all are like running up to the Beast and they're like, Belle's about to fall and hurt herself real bad. You better get down here. He's like, why do I care? And they're like, don't you want to marry her? You should probably care. And she is your prisoner. Like, this is going to be blood on your hands if like something bad happens. And then he's like, get the stinking hairbrush out of my face. My hair is beautiful. And then, of course, Lumiere, the playboy of the mansion. He's like, oh, wee, who are you? And she's like, ew, oh my god, get off of me. I don't like you. You're disgusting. You're such a creep. And he's like, thank you. And he bows. She's like, whatever. I hate this place. And then Clogsworth is secretly in love with Lumiere, so he starts trying to sing to Lumiere. And Mrs. Clog is like, boys, this is not the time or place. Belle's about to fall off in the library and get real bad hurt, so we gotta do something. So then Clogsworth tries to go with the Beast, and he's like, hey, yo, you really gotta get down. And then the Beast is like, get out! What'd I tell you? And then Clogsworth is like, okay, fine, whatever, bye. And Beast is like, are y'all getting drunk? Are you drinking my liquor in my house? Give me that. And then he snatches it and then smashes it. And then the three of these jabronis are like, okay, well, I guess we'll just go grab another bottle from the massive collection that he doesn't drink because the Beast is sober. That's the story I'm telling. The Beast is sober. I don't know. He could be. Yes. Out of nowhere, we cut to the scene with Gal Gaston and LeFou. And Gaston's doing his mean bully shit to LeFou. And LeFou's just like, you're so funny, dude. Like, you're like my best friend, dude. He's like, dude, you are like my bro. Like, I have such a fun time with you, even though you like dropped me on my butt in front of the whole town square. Like, we have such a good time together. And Gaston's like, he's like looking down at him and he's like, I hate you. And LeFou's like, dude, I hate you too, bro. Like bleh. Like, we have a silly good time. But then look at the honeys. Look at the honeys. Okay. Still trying to kick it with Gaston. So I'm just gonna keep calling them the honeys. The honeys are like, ooh, Gaston, we have this fancy perfume, and it's like a love potion, but they're like crappy witches. They're called honeys, but they're also witches. And it's actually like not that good of a love potion. And I'm gonna guess that it makes LeFou fall in love with them, and they're gonna have a problem on their hands. Let's see. So they all start smelling it, and then like a random skunk, okay, I don't know why, comes in, and then they're like, oh my god, honeys, that smells good. And they're like, yeah, you think so? And then the skunk is like, wait a dang minute, that smells like, the skunk's like, wait a dang minute, that smells like my scent. And the girls are like, what? And then she's like, yeah, check this out. And then she sprays them, and then they all panic and leave. And then we find Belle. She found her book. She didn't die. She took it outside to read in nature because he lets her go out on the grounds. He's kind of, he's still nice at the end of the day, right? He's her captor, but like, he lets her go out on the grounds. Come on now. And she is daydreaming of a boat in the middle of the ocean to where she will float away and never be seen again. And that delights her. And Mrs. Potts is like, we might need to get you to talk to somebody because that's a red flag. And Belle's still smiling, and Mrs. Potts is like, okay, I'm gonna have to deal with this on my own. So then Belle is like, y'all got a boat somewhere around here? And Mrs. Potts is like, oh honey, I don't think we got a boat anywhere. And then Chip is like, actually, I've seen one. And Mrs. Potts is like, Chip, you have not seen a boat around here. Do not. And then Chip is like, sorry, Mama, I don't know what the problem is. And then Belle's like, Chip, you're going to show me where this boat is, okay? You're going to show me, and Mrs. Potts, you're going to stay back, okay? And she's like, he's my son. No, he's going to listen to me. Belle's like, fine, I'm going to go inside, and y'all can leave me alone. You can buzz off. And then Belle's like, oh, that's right. I'm a captive. My life sucks. And then Mrs. Potts is like, yeah, it does. All of our lives suck. You can thank old boy on the inside for that. And she's like, I've come here. Belle comes to the beast. I just want to let you know I hate it here. And he's like, go away. He's like, freaking buzz off, go away. She's like, you want to say that to my face, buddy? Like, she has no fear. Do we not all want what this kid's selling? Look at this kid. Look at this kid. What a great person they picked. Okay, what's he got? Get a Sonic wrist game when you buy any Sonic video. Y'all, it's a freaking like mini Game Boy video game on your wrist. Look how happy this kid is. This would have totally sold me as a kid. It's totally selling me as an adult. I want one. It's a $20 value, and you get it for only $5.99 plus shipping and handling, because remember that was a big deal in the 90s, shipping and handling everywhere. God, what a cool kid. Ooh, Barbie. Barbie girl. They're just trying to get you to buy more comics. All right, the confrontation. We're probably getting to the end because now it's getting to the good stuff. So she came in to say, hey, my life sucks. And he was like, get lost. And she was like, excuse me? So now she's up in his face and she's like, I just want to let you know that I'm going to find that boat and I'm going to drift away from here. He's like, what are you talking about? And she's like, the boat that the little teacup told me you had. He's still confused. He's like, because in his head he's like, we don't have a boat. What? Great, now she's losing her damn mind. She's going delusional. And she's like really actively, she's like, yeah, outside. He said we got a boat. Beast is like, oh God, women. He's like, women, am I right? Because he's still kind of a jerk, you know what I mean? He's just like, oh, do I really want to keep her captive? She's driving me nuts. He sits down and he's like kind of sad because he's like, I always wanted a boat. My parents never got me a boat. Now he's like on his own thing. You know, it wasn't about him, but now it is about him because that's how he rolls. She's like, what are you doing? I'm talking to you. And then he says, I always wanted a boat. We don't have a boat. And then she's understanding now and she's like, oh God, I've unlocked some childhood trauma. Here we go. But she's also kind of here for it because what else is she going to do today? Nothing. She almost fell off a freaking ladder in the library. Like her day's kind of not going so good. And she's like, we can make a boat. You want to make a boat? What about buy a boat? Can we buy a boat? Can we go into town and buy a boat? And she like gently touches his hand to be like, trying to get her way, trying to get what she wants. And then he just says, no. No. We're not gonna go buy a boat, and you're not leaving this place. Nice try. She's pleading her case. He's rolling his eyes. Chip comes out and he's like, Mama, we're gonna get a boat. And then they all lose their mind because they're like, oh no, if he gets a boat, he's gonna take us all out on there and he's gonna drown all of us. He's gonna just light the boat on fire and we're all gonna die because he's unhappy and we're unhappy and this is gonna be the end. And then his mom is like, get back in that cupboard because you've caused enough problems today. Like, seriously, dude, like, you've done enough. And then he's like, okay, Mama. And then she's like, good night, I love you. And that's the end. Now on to the special treat of reading what people wrote in. Here we go. Okay, let's see. Oh no. Boo. Okay, so here's what happened. Because this is the first issue, no one could write in yet. This is explaining that they can write in. And then it has, we want to hear from you, write your letters. So, well, there's a next time. There's a lot more time. I got more of these. Don't worry about it. Ooh, Shock Tarts. I might pick up some Shock Tarts this week after seeing that. Aren't they chewy? What's your favorite candy? Please tell me below what your favorite candy is. I love candy. I love candy. Okay, here's my favorite. Milk chocolate M&Ms. That's it. Don't even try to sell me on any other M&M. I don't want to hear it and I don't want it. Twizzlers. I am a Twizzlers girl. Do that was fun. I love comic book day. I hope you did too. Thank you for being here with me in my cozy corner. You can be anywhere on the internet, and you know you can. You could also be on TikTok, and you know you can. But you chose to be here with me today, and I really appreciate that. So, I'll see you again real soon.